Blessed Good Friday, beloved disciples of Jesus, as we come to these final hours, the seven last words of Jesus. Again, the word religion means to bind together, and it's so important that in our grief, we really connect our grief to the good grief of God himself on the cross. What kind of grief are you going through? What kind of losses? To turn our loss into a cross is to enter into the seven last words, which are based on three last prayers. The first prayer and the first word we see in Matthew and Mark is, my God, why have you forsaken me? And when he cries out this question, forsaken, abandoned, the whole sky is black and dark, we see that the curtain from top to bottom, the veil in the holy temples is ripped open. And now we have access to the Holy of Holies. So in our suffering, we have to really ask with Jesus, why? Ask, seek, and knock. Knock on the door, and the door shall be open. And we find in our suffering, we have a new revelation of who God is and who we are. Remember Psalm 23, it begins with the third person. He leads me to green pastures. He leads me to still waters. He is the good shepherd. In him I shall lack for nothing. But then it changes. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil because you are with me, and you anoint my head. My cup overflows. Surely your goodness and mercy shall follow me. It's this personal relationship that comes with Jesus through the gift of suffering. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Then we see in Luke chapter 23, the second prayer, which is, Father, forgive them. They do not know what they're doing. And to emphasize this, he forgives the thief, who's a good thief, asking for mercy. Today you shall be with me in paradise is the third word. And it emphasizes the second prayer for forgiveness. In our grief, in our suffering, it is so important that we separate good from evil. People are good, but they make bad choices. So death and resurrection. To put to death sin, hate sin, but love people is the work of forgiveness. And our grief has meaning and purpose and power and good news, it's the resurrection of those who are going the wrong way. So let us persevere in prayer. Father, forgive them. Then we see also in Luke chapter 23, the third prayer, which is the fourth word. The third prayer is, Father, into your hands I commend my spirit. And then we flip over into John chapter 19, we see, behold your son, behold your mother. Interesting. So Jesus commends his spirit to the Father, and then he commends his body to his mother. And he entrusts his whole body, the body of Christ, to our mother. Behold your mother, to the beloved disciple. That's the church. And so to entrust the church, ourselves, our bodies, to our blessed mother at the foot of the cross, and our spirit to our Father. Father, into your hands I commend my spirit, to accept. That's the key word in our grief, is that when we asking and seeking and knocking and forgiving, we're also accepting. Thy will be done. And the will of God is that not one soul that our Father gives to Jesus shall be lost, but those who see and believe in the Son of God shall be saved. And so we see, I thirst, and it is finished. Jesus thirsts for souls, and the amount of souls he thirsts for shall be fulfilled. So let's really pray that in our grief and our suffering that we always be well bound to Jesus. My God, why have you forsaken me? Asking and receiving God's answer as we persevere in prayer, asking for forgiveness, and finally accepting into your hands, thy will be done. Jesus is, our Father is the potter, and we are the work of his hands. So God bless you through the grief to the resurrection.